This is Bold TV.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, audience. Welcome to another episode of Bold TV. Beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities, where we talk about disabilities and issues related to disabilities. And this program is being powered by Bold Heart Initiative. We come to us live every Saturday by 10:30 a.m. Please see that and enjoy today's episode. We also solicit for our sponsorship and subscribe our YouTube channels and social media handles, whereby you can like, share, and comment. And this program is being anchored by 5 women, or 6 as a whole. We have Freki, Afyong, Tomisi, Grace, and Constance and Osaki for today. For today, I have an interesting topic, and it's on house chores. But before I go deeply, I would like the women in the house to introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Freki Andresian. I'm based in Port Harcourt in River State. I identify as a woman with disability because I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury, the Easy of Care Foundation, a public health professional, among other things. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Freki. Afyong, please, same to you.
Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome. My name is Afyong Etem. I'm a medical lab scientist based in Rio, a member of Bold Heart Initiative, and I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury.
Thank you, Afyong. So I'm Osaki Teresa Georgie, reside in Port Harcourt, River State, work with Fair Care Foundation, member of Bold Heart Initiative, and a gender-based advocate. So today I have an interesting topic which I want us to share and let's deliberate on. Because it's a question people ask, do women with disability do house chores? And men looking at it look as if it's strange or really we might not be able to do. But with the discussion of today, I bet you'll see that we also do house chores. I would like to establish what is house chores. House chores it has to do with things you do around the house. Cleaning up, mostly it's like cleaning up, as like I would say, is what you do around the house, either daily or weekly, depends on how you want to schedule your routine. That's an house chores, and we have different ways and different forms of house chores and how you can also do it. I don't know if Afyong has something to add when it comes to house chores. Afyong, please tell me your own point of view when it comes to house chores.
Well, I think you basically said it, but there are routine activities that we carry out, to ensure that the space we live in is comfortable and also does not endanger our health.
Okay, thank you very much. The key word there is health. That's why the house chores is very, very necessary that even we with disabilities also engage in it. I'd like my next question to Freki. Freki, what are the different kinds and types of house chores you know about, and also what women with disabilities can also partake or engage in?
All right, thank you very much for the question. So, as has been defined, when you consider house chores, there are things you do around the house to maintain a state of cleanliness. So there's so many things that fall under house chores. Just think about your environment and your surroundings and how to keep it clean. Chores. Think about growing up when children have morning duty. So things like sweeping, things like washing plates, even cooking, washing clothes. Those are statutory house chores, things you do around the house that ensure that cleanliness is, upheld, and that, like Afyong said, your health is maintained. So house chores, like I said, think about the floors, keeping the floors clean. So sweeping, mopping, the bed, keeping the bed clean, nails, clean sheets, washing the clothes. Those are some of the things that you consider as house chores. Even cooking. It's a chore. And washing those plates and pots, these people like dodging. It's also, a chore. Why am I saying dodging? I remember when we were in university, then I didn't have a disability. But I soon realized that women could cook a storm. But when it comes to washing that pot and plate, my God, it's like, oh my God. We did a chore. So these are some examples of house chores. Now you ask a part B to that question, and you ask what women with disabilities can do. That question doesn't have a blanket answer because, as you and I know, there are different forms of disability. From head to toe, there are so many types of disabilities. And depending on the kind of disability, will depend on the person's ability to functionally carry out the chore. So I can't answer which chores women with disabilities can do or not do. But basically, what I do know is that most women with disabilities who have to do chores have what we call adaptability. So many amazing ways that women with disabilities, in spite of disability or an obvious impairment, have learned to adapt to be able to carry out their chores. So that's my response to your question. Thanks.
Thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. Like in the house, just like I said earlier, on things you do around the house. There are a lot of things I do and I don't do as a woman with disabilities. Some are easier to do because of the kind of disability I have. Some are really tedious, so I don't even go near there. Like, I can dress the bed. The bed is easier. I can tuck in the bed. So those are like easier one. When it comes to sweeping, don't even call me because I can't even bend to start with. Bending is a serious issue. But that's something I can do, like plate washing. So as we are talking deeply.
Let me ask you a question. So who sweeps your house?
So that one, I have people that come to sweep the house. A lot of people comes around. A lot of people comes around and sweep the house. So I really don't do that part of the house chores. But other ones like standing or sitting down to do, I think I can engage in that. And as we're going, we'll watch a video where a lady with a physical disability sitting down to wash plates. You see the volumes of plates and things she was washing. Those are it. So it's part of what you're going to watch. Let's see how the lady washed the plate.
So what are you doing? Washing, I just finished washing and I'm rinsing. Okay. So these are the ones that you are going to use. Okay. Stay rinsing. This is the second time I like rinsing my things like 2 times. Okay. After washing, so that the smell of the detergents and the
All right. Thank you very much for that video that you just watched concerning a lady with disability washing plates.
So I know that if you didn't see the video, but one of the things that is shown in the video, and this is for persons who are visually impaired, we need to describe the video a bit. So you have a lady with polio. So she has polio affecting one of her legs, and she wears capos, and she wears the calipers or the whole gamut. So because of that, she's not able to bend her leg and stand for long periods of time. So she needs to wash the plate. So rather than stand on the sink, so what she simply did was fill basin with water, soap, and the other basin with clean water. And then she found a stool that was on the level or the low level stool that she could get down to. Then she stretched her leg that had the calipers to the side, and she was able to comfortably adapt to washing the load of jugs and trays she was washing. So I felt that we should describe that and show how easy it is to adapt. So it is true that if you want to wash plates, the thing that comes to mind is standing by the sink. But in that instance, she's not able to stand for long. So what she did was adapt, use it that's with the disability to ensure that she still did that. All right, Saki, over to you.
Thank you very much. So also another video of a lady washing toilet. And guess who is that? That's me. I have a polio. So what I just did, it's a small toilet anyway. So I just lean by the sink of the toilet, try and hold on something because no toilet is slippery. So you need to hold on to the sink as strong as you can. Then you bend down, and there's a tube bathtub by the side, but it's just the toilet I'm focusing on. So everything I need is within the toilet bowl system, and I've done all of that. So I just use the brush and I wash and I rinse it with the water flush from the water tank. So that's just a short clip of me washing a toilet. So please watch. Happy viewing.
Okay, watch me as I wash the toilet. I like washing toilet anyway. So I will go to the sink. I remove everything, and I use like my clothes. It's almost last stage. Before then, my iPhone and everything is inside. Don't mind my brush. I wash inside. It's only very hard. Wash. It's done. This is how I clean on Saturdays.
All right, thank you very much for watching me washing the toilet. Serious house chores. That's not every day, but that's once in a week or thereabouts when it comes to washing toilet.
Who came to score that toilet now?
When you watch it, you will see.
For your mind now, you watch toilet.
I did not. I did. I did. So those are the.
I like how you spoke to the fact that the tiles are slippery and you use crutches. So instead of risk falling,
Safety.
Yeah. So safety is very important. It's not the time to do James Bond. So I like the fact that you use what was around you to be able to support yourself while you were carrying out the chore. So avoiding slippery areas, because water and tiles and crutches are a no.
Oh,
then
area.
Go see wash toilet now, but now you go use that. All right, over to you.
All right, so that was a good one, and we still have two other clips which we'll still send before the episode ends. So Afyong, the next question is over to you. Why is it important to do house chores as a woman with disability or even without disability?
Well, unless you have genetic makeup that is remotely related to a pig, that is the only reason why you would live in a space and you would not think of cleaning it. Because, and I think for anybody who grew up in an African home, at least as far as this climate is concerned, there is no how. It's very rare for you to escape house chores. Bad as it bad, you will wash plates. No matter how how pampered you are, you will wash plates somehow. You will learn how to do something. So doing house chores, I don't know, for me, it's something that I can't imagine not doing, because number one, I think I deserve to live in a clean space. I deserve to eat from clean plates. And sometimes it's also therapeutic, because when you're engaging in those house chores, it takes your mind off of, some other things. It's also good for your mental health. There are some people who do cleaning as, a form of therapy. Maybe they are upset about something, and by the time they now clean their whole house, those are the days that you polish those places you have not entered in how many years. By the time you finish, you're physically exhausted, your mind has, shifted from whatever it was that was upsetting you, and it can actually help you to calm down and actually, help you to regulate your emotions. So for some people, it's actually therapeutic. So house chores is important. And for women with disabilities, for me, it gives me joy to know that there are things I can do for myself. That sense of independence, that I don't have to rely on someone for every little thing. So like now, apart from some things that I outsource, like sweeping and mopping, because I don't have time and I don't have energy too much. Things like cooking, I do that for myself. Things like doing my laundry, I load the washing machine, I do that for myself. If I finish eating, yes, like Preki said, cleaning up after is a scam that should be looked into, but we still do it because I don't want cockroaches to become co-tenants. So, but just knowing that I can do some things for myself, that gives me, it actually boosts, my morale, makes me feel good, because I know that I'm not totally helpless. I can still help myself. So for me, that's it. And I think it can help so many people, just knowing that you're not helpless.
All right, thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. I think house chores is one very good thing that really built me up, because when I was far younger than this, before I get to adulthood, I used to be scared that, can I really live alone, or can I really do things for myself? So for me, it's a big plus. Like, wow, it built my self-esteem, and that independence that you said, I really is what I looked forward as a young girl. And today, I think I have that independence, which I can do few things, if not all, but at least I can do major things all by myself. I don't know if Reki have anything to add up towards importance of house chores.
Oh, of course I do. And one of the things I'm going to say is this, because I've seen where a lot of parents who have children with disabilities erroneously exclude the children from participating in chores around the house. I think that's wrong. That's wrong. Including your child with disabilities and having them also have chores is really important, because it also builds for them a sense of belonging, and they begin to learn that they can do these things, even though you may have to find different ways to do it. It's important that we establish that for persons with disabilities, we have to really get creative to be able to do a lot of things. That you do not do it conventionally does not mean that you cannot get it done. So let me give an instance. Like I introduced, I said that I use a wheelchair, and that's from SCI. Meaning that I do not stand at all in any shape or form. But I've learned how to sweep, not with the regular broom, the broom that we bend and sweep. But I know that I sweep because I use the brushes that I have the long stem, those long that you hold, those brushes. So that way I don't have to bend. So I position my chair, and then I'm able to sweep aside, move around, and sweep. Another thing that I do to complement sweeping is mopping. So when I struggle and manage to do all that, I always complement with the mopping. I actually really like mopping because the fragrance, when I make the water fragrance or the floor fragrance, and then I mop the floor, it makes everywhere smell fresh and nice. Now, why am I saying all this? That you do not do it with the normal broom that we know that they tie, doesn't mean that it's not sweeping. So a lot of times you have to adapt. I've seen persons who are quadriplegic, and quadriplegia means that you do not have fine movements in your hands. So your hands are not fully functional. You can't do fine movements. I've seen people adapt their utensils so that they can open lids, they can do things, and still be able to adjust. For example, cooking. Everything has to come down to my level. The gas, everything was being, above the sea level. So for cooking to be possible for me to see inside the pot and not now be cooking scam, everything has to come down to my level. And then another thing that I did, if the gas is above, then somebody's with me to help me to tell me what's happening in there. But most is down to my level. So adapting is really crucial. Another thing is, for example, washing. My washing, I know that it's going to happen inside the bathroom, inside the bathtub. So I schedule washing. If I'm not using the washing machine, I want to do my own washing. So I schedule washing along with bath time, so that if I finish washing while I'm inside there, I shower. So there's a lot that you could do around your space and adapt. Why am I insisting? Because sometimes we now use disability as an excuse for laziness and to be dirty. Please. They are not synonymous. Let's just separate party and say laziness and disability are not synonymous. In fact, persons with disabilities are even more hardworking. So coming back to my first point, it's important to establish house chores even for your child with disability, because you want to build independence in that child, and you want that child to begin to learn to care for their environment and not be lazy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's a very great contribution. So I think we're almost wrapping up today's topic. And one more thing again, I think house chores is exercise. Because after doing house chores, you sweat. So it's really a big exercise, which I know we can all engage in one way or the other. So I still have 2 more videos which you're going to watch. It's concerning still women with disabilities, other kind of disabilities, doing their own house chores. So I would like us to watch those 2 videos while we get the next questions ready.
How can someone who can't see know how to clean when they don't know if the end result looks good? Well, hello people, I'm Kirsten. I'm blind, and I've got my comfy clothes, my cleaning supplies, and I'm ready to tell you about the process. So I've gotten this question for years. How do blind people clean? How do you clean if you can't see? How do you know what you're looking at? How do you know that the dirt is gone? Really, the cold hard truth is that it's harder. It takes more time, and you have to be thorough every single time. So when you clean and you can't see, you have to be methodical, clean everything really thoroughly, and be willing to put in the extra time, because that's the only way that you can guarantee to yourself that it looks good. So when you have a sponge and you're feeling a surface and you're rubbing, you don't want to be knocking things over and bashing into stuff as you're scrubbing, because that's not good for anyone. So organization is key to making sure that you can find all of your belongings and that cleaning is less stressful. I can now feel, once I do these circles, collect any food scraps into my hand at the edge of the counter, that I have gotten everything. It's important to have the right tools, and it's important to understand that even though you're thorough, you have to go the extra mile. So those are the basics. I'm sorry there is no golden ticket or special secret, but blind people clean with their hands, and they use the elements that I just talked about: thoroughness, organization, covering your bases, to make sure that they clean as well as they can.
All right, thank you very much for that 2 videos that we just watched concerning other women with disabilities, other kind of disabilities, doing their own house chores, which will encourage us wherever we are. So I want to talk about our last words when it comes to house chores with women with disabilities. And I'll start with Afyong.
I will say try. Very important, try. Like I said, if you're in your family tree, there's no pig, try. Like Frankie said, laziness and death and being unclean is not synonymous. Some people tend to think that persons with disabilities are just naturally unclean. That because they are, they have a disability, so they cannot, clean themselves. Please, I am the cleanest person you will ever meet. It's a mindset. I cannot stand dirt. So I will find a way. So try. There's always a way around doing things. Just, you will do things differently because your circumstances have changed. So find a way around it. And if it is something you have tried and you know that, okay, this one I cannot, to avoid certain, stories that touch, you can get help. But don't use disability as an excuse not to clean up. It's very important. Like you said, it's therapeutic. You'll be amazed at how you feel after you've, engaged in some house chores. So try it and see.
Thank you very much. Frankie, what's your last word in house chores? So how we met?
All right. So I know that the focus of this program, a lot of times when we speak about disability on any related issue, and like this lifestyle edition, we're speaking to women. But I just want to debunk something really quickly. The house chores are not limited to women. Let's just debunk that. The only reason why we're saying women with disabilities is because somehow by default our program targets women and girls with disabilities. But just to put it out there, the house chores is not synonymous to any gender. It's for everyone. So whether you are a man or a woman with disability, that you don't want to have, like I said, pig syndrome, and you want to live in a clean environment, house chores are inevitable. So I just want to debunk that. And the last thing I'm going to add is to re-emphasize that we are not lazy and we are hardworking. So find your unconventional way to do the needful, but stay and keep your environment clean. Clean your house, clean your environment. It's for your own health, it's for your own good. And then in your creativity and innovation, remember safety. Don't put yourself at any health risk or hazard because Berkeley or Saki and Afam said that you must clean there. So safety is a watchword. Don't go being James Bond. We didn't ask you to be a superhero. Just do the needful. Get creative. If things are high, you can use long sticks. You can use grabbers. It's so much. It's really fun to figure out stuff. I don't know about people, but it's really fun for me when I'm able to figure out stuff. And I'm like, yeah. You know, when you find out I can use the umbrella and bring down 1 million things, and then you ask yourself, how do I take them back up? So get creative. And
I have a samurai. I have a stick that I call my samurai stick. It can reach anywhere. Close my windows, anything.
So we're very creative people. So I apply that to your house chores. Just say, clean, just sweep. In fact, let me even put this out there. There was a time that, when the young men around the house were not really there, I was really bothered about how to wash my car or what to do, to get the car clean. And guess what? I figured out that I could use a mop and wash my car conveniently. So get creative. Don't limit yourself. Just enjoy. Nobody said that a mop is for a person. Enjoy. Use anything you want to use to get the job done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Who said so much concerning house chores? I know somebody's out there listening, and someone in the house there to tell somebody on how to figure it out when it comes to house chores. I know the few words we stress on here is more adaptation on how to see how you can figure yourself out to have a clean house, a healthy house, a house where you can stay comfortably. My last word will be house chores is part of confidence. Because once you know you can do something on your own, there's this confidence. You're like, wow, this is interesting. I can really do that. And with all the other voices my other ladies have said when it comes to house chores, it's a necessity, no matter how you look at it. Disability cannot limit you to a point that you can't even stretch out something or do something on your own without the help of the other person. If you really need help, it's okay. There's room to ask, because you cannot enjoy yourself because you want to get things done all by yourself. So I would like, still on the topic that we are rounding up today, I would like to tell our viewers and subscribers that we need support, because the program needs to go on. It's educative, we are learning, and we are having fun. We solicit seriously for support. So you can support us by subscribing, by also sharing, watching our YouTube channels, comment on it. And also, in case you want to be a participant in the program, you can also go to our email accounts and check it, and also send us a mail on which of the topic you want to share, so that we can call on you when it comes to that particular episode. So, ladies in the house, I want to say thank you very much for anchoring this program with me, for supporting me on house chores. So I'd like us to just on the loose and say something before we close for today. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Don't be lazy. And do small way around the house.
Go and wash your toilet. Go and wash your plate. Bye.
Right. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, our online audience. Thank you.
This is Bold TV.